So I just got done with my second dose of treatment called Benlista.
Elle n'est pas énorme, hein. Je tente ma chance quand même. Ça nous arrangerait.
That it's okay, so I'm just gonna shoot myself up. It's so weird saying shoot myself. Like, should I say inject myself? Is that more appropriate? This is basically the medication I have to shoot myself up with. My medication for the month. Yay! I was in the States, would be broke because all of this would cost around 500 euros each month. Okay, so I kept moving too much, so they had to like remove my transfusion on my left hand and do it on my right hand now. So, but that was my fault. I kept moving too much. Oops. So I'm like literally right outside, well, right behind my house. My house is like over there. And you know, today I actually have been suffering a lot from joint pains. And I really did not even want to get out of bed. I didn't want to do anything. Just, you know, take my painkillers and stay in bed and watch Netflix. But I told myself that, nah, I can't let this take over me. I'm gonna go out, take a walk in the neighborhood. I don't know why I don't take walks more often behind my house or like in my neighborhood, because it's actually really pretty. Like, look how beautiful this area is. It's so beautiful.
Many months later.
I just touched down in my room. I got to the hospital. I'm actually high-key exhausted because I slept at 3 a.m. yesterday because I spent the whole night packing and I had to put some things in the wash because it was very, very last minute, and I woke up at 7 a.m. So yeah, my eyes are so red, but that's okay. I'm currently in the room by myself. I don't have a roommate yet, but I think that's because I have to take the COVID test before getting officially admitted. So that's cool. Yeah, right now I'm waiting for the nurse to come, I guess, for the COVID test. Now I'm feeling a bit of chest pain, and I feel like when I do a lot of effort, even the slightest of effort, I feel the pain and I'm out of breath. So maybe it is a good thing that I'm here. But yeah. Alright, so I literally just unpacked and I went to the gift store. I had forgotten like my toothbrush. I had everything, right? But my toothbrush, soap, and like makeup wipes. So I went to the gift store and I bought that. And then I also got me some Subway, because you already know when I'm in Paris, I have to have my Subway. So me and my brother, we're about to dive into the Subway. So I got the turkey sandwich, and I got some macadamia cookies because I love them macadamia cookies, man. And also, good news, I'm definitely not getting a roommate because this is the other side of the room. This is my side. So definitely not getting a roommate. And this room is kind of small, but it's fine. It's like a little personal, cozy room. Literally, I just set up my whole skincare because the doctor said I'll be here for a couple days, and I was like, you know what? I can't let my skin slack. You know what I'm saying?
A few moments later.
So yeah, I had my COVID test done. That was interesting. Like a bunch of like test tubes, blood tests done. It was like about like how many test tubes? Like 10 to 11 test tubes. That was fun. And with the COVID test, the nurse actually did not go that far up my nose. Thank the Lord for that. Doctor basically says that they're gonna try and figure out why there's water in my lungs and around my heart still, while the lupus is basically being stabilized. And I literally have no other problems but that. Like, my hemoglobin levels are great, and my markers, everything else is great. So they're really kind of like stuck with the fact that there's water in my lungs still. So that's why I'm actually hospitalized. I'm going to have like a little doctor's meeting on my case and basically decide what to do. She wants to do a PET scan, but I've had really bad experiences with the PET scans before. So my family and I don't want that. And I don't want that, but I feel like eventually I'm gonna have to do a PET scan because I've done all sorts of scans already. But she really, really wants me to get a PET scan.
Day 2.
Alright, so good evening. Day 2 at the hospital. I didn't do much today, really. I did a few tests. It was, well, really long. It's called a scintigraphy, I think in English. Scintigraphy in French. Basically, it's when you have to like absorb this gas and they try to see how your lungs function and to see if you have a to test for pulmonary embolism. So there's this special gas, you inhale it for like 45 minutes in a tube that you breathe through your mouth and you pinch your nose. Well, I'm still out of breath, still feel chest pain, and still here. So basically in the morning, a normal routine is basically I get woken up by a nurse who takes my temperature, either underneath my tongue, in my ear, or with the little gun thing. I prefer the gun thing because I don't have to do much. I'm still asleep. And then she leaves, and then another person comes to take my pressure thing, my tension, I forgot to say in English. And she stays a while, and she gives me my medication for the day, well, for the morning, and then she leaves. And 3 times per day, I get official visits from the nurses to basically check if I'm still alive, check like my heartbeat, my heart rate, all of that. Since I'm on high doses of prednisone, I also do a glycemia test to check my blood sugar level.
12 o'clock midnight.
So basically, I got the munchies and I wanted something to eat, right? So I asked for a snack. So they gave me a cereal bar, which I ate. It was pretty good. And an apple. And de la compote pudding. I forget how you call this in English, but like, it's basically pudding. I don't really like pudding. But that's all they had because I finished my cookies from Subway. Anyways, so this is the freaking apple they gave me. What is this, man? What is this? Disrespectful. Good morning, guys. So I was just analyzed by the professor himself, the doctor professor, I like to call him. And guess what? I leave today. Yay! I'm so excited. So I'm about to pack and I'm out of this.
Many months later.
Actually very excited to start school again, actually be on campus, because I started at the school January 2020, and like literally a few weeks into the semester, COVID hit. So we started doing the whole online thing. But this year, we're fully 100% on campus semester for now, so I'm very excited. How cute this jacket is. Like, I'm at the student council at my school, so look, yo, look, like, I'm so happy.
Eventually.
I've been officially re-hospitalized for a minor lupus relapse, which, to be honest, I low-key felt coming. But I just assumed with, you know, classes starting and me getting everything ready for classes, it was just me being tired. But I was wrong. So they're just gonna give me high doses of prednisone and I'll be out of here. And I'm actually so tired because school obviously started. It is the second week of full classes and I'm here. So it's annoying. I shall make it through. But this time I've gotten so used to being hospitalized that I literally came prepped, like, and actually have a good view. This is my view. We got Messi looking at me. Hi Messi, how you doing? When the doctor called me, I actually was in class. She was like, yeah, I was, we just got the results from your last blood test. Your kidneys aren't doing that well anymore and stuff, and there's a minor lupus relapse. But since we're catching it early, it's good that you come in and we start treatment immediately. I was like, damn. But okay, because it's a good thing they caught it like earlier on rather than later on when it gets really bad. So next week though, we get to go to a theme park at school, so I better be out of here. So I don't care if I sacrifice this week, I'm in this place, but next week, I'm going to Back Lakes, period.
True sense of religion, I would think, is tolerance and sharing. Even if
Good morning, beautiful people. So today it's day 2, well, just kidding, day 3 in this biatch. I'm on my, wait, let me mute this class real quick. I'm on my second dose of cortisone. I think it's gonna take like an hour, then I'm done. And then I'm gonna have an iron transfusion to improve my anemia. And I had a, not MRI really, a scan, a CAT scan I guess, done yesterday where they injected iodine in my veins to see if I had like a pulmonary embolism. I don't. Just trying to find out like different reasons why my left foot is getting swollen, and that was one of the tests I had to do. Came out positive, meaning like that's a good thing. I love how like being positive now is like such a negative thing because of COVID, but we move. So yeah, I have to have 3 cortisone transfusions. This is my second one. I had my first one yesterday in the evening and I couldn't sleep, so they gave me like a sleeping pill, which was essential for me to sleep.
ready there, my friend. Is everybody okay at home?
Yeah.
We are good. All right? All right. We're going on to chapter 3, which is about satisfaction. Well, there's Jerry.
So I accidentally showed myself on camera, but it is what it is. Oh, okay, so I kept moving too much, so they had to like remove my transfusion, my left hand, and do it on my right hand now, so fun times. But that was my fault, I kept moving too much. Oops.
Deemed to be worthwhile. And if
The next day.
Good morning, good morning. So today is Friday. Hopefully I get to go home today, but it depends on the blood results I had done this morning. I've actually had done 3 blood tests just to they wanted to measure how much of the treatment is in my body, just make sure my body is not fighting the treatment. I had 1 class today, management class. The professor literally said that I was his favorite student, not his best, but his favorite. So that counts for something, I guess. Today, my veins were quite difficult to find for the blood test. So literally during class, I had 3 different nurses trying to find my veins. So that was quite interesting. Really hope the doctor comes and tells me, you get to go home today, but I don't know. I have class at 12:30, it's currently 12:10, but at 12:45, I actually have to go downstairs for another heart ultrasound. I don't know why. I guess depending on the results for that, my blood test results, and all of that, that will determine whether or not I get to go to home today. But one thing is for sure, I will be out by the end of the week. I will be in class next week, in person, period. I've gotten a lot of love from people when I've been posting about my experience at the hospital and stuff. And it's crazy how a lot of people suffer in silence and they think that they're not, they think they're alone. The truth is you're not alone. A lot of people have invisible sicknesses and they suffer. So hopefully my experience and me sharing just a little glimpse of what I go through every day helps someone out there. That's my main goal, really. It's kind of hard, not completely having the full support of your own personal family, but having a lot of support from strangers. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. Life, it's life. But you push through. You learn how to be comfortable with your loneliness. Your loneliness does not turn to a burden, but a strength, because you get to think a lot and analyze life.
The next
They've basically put me on a new treatment called Ballista that I'll have to take in 3 intervals, 2 weeks in between, and then once a month.
Many months later.
Hello, and I'm about to get my 3rd official dose of this new treatment they put me on. Since I'm currently going through a flare-up and this is a research hospital, they've given me this paper to consent using my blood for research regarding lupus. So I'm supposed to decide whether I give them consent to take 3 extra tubes of blood from my body to do research. So I'm gonna sign this consent form. One thing about me is that I have really thin veins, so finding my vein to get blood or for perfusion is really hard.
Ça nous arrangerait. Elle est pas énorme, hein. Je tente ma chance quand même.
She has not been able to find a vein to be able to put the treatment in. Oh, the treatment's over there. So she has tried twice, once on the left arm and then once on my right arm. So now I'm waiting for her to come back and try again. I think she has gone to get some reinforcements because she doesn't want to torture me. And when you have a needle in your arm and you're moving it around trying to find a vein, it's literally similar to torture because it does not feel good at all. So she went to get some reinforcements. So now we wait. Yeah. So basically here are the treatments that are supposed to enter my body today. The first one right here is actually not the treatment. It's called the pre-treatment, one of the pre-treatment. And it's anti-allergen. I believe. It's supposed to make me fall asleep a little bit. And then the second one right here, that's the paracetamol, painkiller, whatever. It's like they have to put it in. And then the actual treatment, the Benlysta, is the big one right there. That's the main dog, the man of the show. So the doctor just came. She gave me this book regarding lupus and 100 questions on how to better deal with lupus. So I have a bit of reading to do. And she just put down the prescriptions over there.